Me and two other brothers campin' in the woods of the Pacific Northwest about a year ago. It was weekend that was supposed to relieve of us of our stress. A weekend to drink, we'll shoot, and have fun like no other. Anyway, we decide to go down this old ass logging road and go to a camping spot. Get stuck and get lost multiple times trying to find my buddy's perfect spot. Get there about the 6 or 7. We get a fire going and start roasting some hot dogs cause hey, we're fucking hungry. Just about to open some brews when we hear the sound of vehicles. Lots of vehicles. I'll look at my friend John and say, hey, you were leading, did you see any other vehicles out here? Looks at me and he shakes his head. Okay, wait, F's anyway, eating our dogs and drinking our brews, having a merry old time. Getting cold out, so we douse the fire and start to hit the hay. My friend Nate sleeps outside his Tacoma, freezing his ass off in a mummy sleeping bag. Me and John hit the hay in our truck's cabs. Morning rolls around and we get to starting the fire again. Nate looks at both of us and says, did you guys hear anything last night? Like screaming. I'm thinking, what the hell is he talking about? Me and John laugh and we're like, knock that shit off, man, it ain't funny. Nate is like, nah guys, I for sure fucking heard screaming at about 11 last night. Me and John look at each other and look at Nate. I'll say, dude, don't fucking joke about that shit, man, it's weird and creepy. Nate just shakes his head and I can for sure tell he's freaked out. John speaks up and says, well boys, if we're gonna be in a screaming wood, might as well be armed, right? Me and Nate laugh and are like, fuck yeah, get out the arsenal. We get a count. Among us we had 2 shotguns, a pistol, an FN FAL, SKS, and a AR. We're actin' all hot shit cause we think we're protected from the screaming. Anyway, we go about our day shooting shit and wheeling with drinking in between. Fun as hell day, but when we get back to camp the mood changes. We all drive on it and shit is raided. We dismount and take stock. Nate's sleeping bag is gone and our lamps are gone. Food is strewn everywhere but not taken, mind you. WTF did they want? What made us really shit bricks was sitting by a tree. A dead, gutted and mutilated deer, and the tree it was sitting by had a pentagram drawn in fucking blood. That feel when you gut churns and there's that somber thought that you know you're not welcome out here. We sobered up real fucking quick. Nate's like, we need to get the fuck out of here, man. Me and John are like, fuck that, we're staying, bro. He's on the verge of fucking crying and we're like, bro, don't be a pussy. Starts fucking yelling at us that we're crazy and should leave. We look at him and say, dude, if you want to leave, just leave. He does, roars the fuck out of there in his truck. We should have left, but my god, we were cocky. Night rolls around and we start a fire again. We sit loaded and ready to go. Whatever the fuck is out here can come damn well get us. I'll sit facing out towards the forest from the fire. FAL in hands. A human scream. A girl. It was a human scream. A girl. Once in a while the screaming would die down and you would hear chanting. Cultists for sure, and from the pentagram we're dealing with Satanists. Now I know you're thinking, why the fuck didn't we get out of there like Nate did? Simple answer, me and John are fucking retards. Trust me when I say this, it was a learning experience and now, well, we're not as cocky, anyway. John pats me and on the back and I jump. WTF do you want, man? Fucking look, bro. He says as he turns ghost white. Through the trees and the foliage we see light. From what looks to be a bonfire. Me and John the twits, we were doused our fire and headed in the direction of the other one. We creep through the woods and come to an old landing. We see a group of 30 plus gathered around this massive fucking fire. Women, children, old people, and some men dressed in crimson robes. On only what can be described as a stone dais laid a girl. Looked to be about 18, skinny and blonde. Screaming the whole while to these people to let her go, she was writhing and crying on the dais. Lo and behold, out comes an old man dressed in robes of dark black. Seemed like they just absorbed the light itself, but in his hand was a knife. Now I'm shitting fucking bricks at this point. Muscles feel like jelly and I just want to run. Go back to town and forget we saw fucking anything at all. L whisper to John, let's get the fuck out of here, man. L start tugging on his shoulder to go when he waves me off and points to the old guy. The guy now has the knife fully raised above his head and is yelling his fucking gibberish. John looks at me and says, back me up, okay? What the actual fuck, bro? John stepped out of the woods and cracks off a shot over the head of the man in black. Every fucking head whips around to look straight at me and him. They start screaming at us and coming slowly at me and John. L crack off a shot over the head of some dude in crimson. The mob stops and the dude in black comes to the front. In the most guttural inhuman fucking voice these two will do. The man is flanked by the guys in crimson now. They're all brandishing weapons now and start inching closer. John pops off another shot. The man in black says, no one is here to help you now, I hope you know that, and smiles. I'm gonna call him Black Robes from now on. Now I'm saying a Joker-esque smile. Ear to fucking ear. John yells something to the effect of stay the fuck away, and time seems to slow down at this point. John's SKS barks, round flies through the air and hits Black Robes in the legs. Dude hits the ground screaming. Crimson faggots hesitate as they see their leader fall. Start advancing again. L put a round through a crimson faggot's shoulder and he hits the dirt. Dude's hoods comes down as he hits. Dude is a fatty. John screams, stay the fuck back. Guy stops. They look visibly shaken as we have a good old Mexican standoff. Redhead and Black Robes are screaming for help now. The kid Satanists are wailing. A line of women is standing behind the crimson faggots screaming at us. My body is flooded with adrenaline at this point. Let's fucking rocking roll, I'm thinking. Screaming, crying, and mewling of children is all that I hear. Something breaks to the fore of it all. Sirens. Fucking sirens out here? John and I are still yelling at these people to stay the fuck back and release the girl. The red host starts inching forward again. John looks at me and I hear him clear as fucking day say, shoot to wound. He takes a step forward and pops a crimson faggot in the chest and takes some girl in the leg. I follow alongside him. FN foul barking as I either shoot for legs or shoulders. Lights everywhere. Screaming. Everything goes black as I get tackled by a fucking cop. Wake up handcuffed next to fucking cop car. Look to my right and see John. Smiles back at me and says, we fucking saved her, bro. Look into the field and see people getting ferried out of there and into amber lamps or cop cars. Blonde is escorted into a cop car. One face is noticed out of them all, however. It's fucking Nate. Cops follow him as he walks up to us. Yeah, these were other two I was telling you about. Cops nod and place us in separate cars. Go back to town. Now this is where the story ends. We essentially got off scot-fucking-free thanks to the blonde's testimonial. Nate's testimonial helped out our case as well. Actually, the whole town practically came to our defense, seeing as this was actually a frequent thing up in those hills. Apparently a lot of people have seen the shit these people do and didn't fess up to it till then. BTW, if it helps, I still have that FN foul and my god am I not getting rid of it.